Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome to a new day. My name is Corinna and it is Saturday night, and what I have for you today is just a super easy meal. So this is going to be a cooking video, and then I'll do a little vlogging as well. Tell you about our camping trip last week. So yeah, this is going to be a really simple meal. So let's get to it. Okay, so this is the ingredients for this super easy meal, and you don't need much for this. This is a recipe that I got from Glenn, so he already knew about this before I even got here. So I have a pound of ground beef, some Miracle Whip. If you don't like Miracle Whip, you can use mayo, and some ketchup. I just have the second bottle there because this one's getting low. I got a tomato. And you could either use hamburger buns, bread, rolls, whatever you like. And that's all you need. So this is going to be like a hamburger that's chopped up. So, alright, so let's get to cooking it. So one of the things I wanted to show you guys is when we were in the town, when we were camping last week and we went into town one day, we bought some produce from a farmer, and we got all these red potatoes, and it was like $3, I think. Yeah, I think it was $3 for this whole bag of red potatoes, but they look really good. And then we got some of these big tomatoes. I think they're called beefsteak tomatoes. There originally was 4 or 5 in the bag. We already ate the rest, so there's 2 left. And they're getting soft, so I'm going to use one of them, slice it up for these sandwiches. So I just wanted, and we also got 6 corn on the cob from the farmer. And let me tell you, they were the best, sweetest corn on the cob we've had. They were soft, they were so sweet, they were super good. We went back the day we left to see if he was still there, because we were going to grab some more, and he was not there. So hopefully when we go back, not next week, but the following, hopefully he'll be back with that. So, oh yeah, these are just some caramel apples. Got at the store yesterday. We love to have these at least once during the season, and I saw them and I was hungry when I was in the store, so I picked them up. And I did make some chocolate chip cookies today. I didn't make a dessert, so I just took some frozen cookie dough out of the freezer. And it was one of the last times I made some chocolate chip cookies. I left some cookie dough extra, so I froze it. And so I just took that out and made some quick cookies. So, alright, let me get to cooking this ground beef. Alright everyone, so I got my pound of ground beef in the pan there, and again I just use a pound because it's just Glenn and I. So again, depending on how many people you're feeding, determine how much meat you need. So I'm just going to throw some salt and pepper on it. And then all my seasonings are out in the trailer from our camping trip. Haven't brought anything really back in. So I just got this on not even a medium heat, between low and medium. And I'm just going to take my ground beef, I don't know if you call it a chopper or whatever you want to call it. Just chop this up. So let me tell you about our camping trip last week. It was a good trip. The fishing started to pick up, but not where it was, not where it was like super consistent, where we would keep what we caught, because it was kind of few and far in between that we caught big ones. We did catch a couple big ones, and I have a couple pictures to put in. So I think I'll put a slideshow together of some of the camping trip. Again, I didn't take too much video. I took a little bit, but when we go back, the fishing should pick up, because it's that time of the year that the perch come in. But Glenn caught a super huge perch. It was awesome. I took a picture of it. And then the day before that, he caught a big one too. Not as big as the second one, but he did catch really good sized perch. He caught a really good sized sunfish as well. We didn't get a picture because I was at the campsite cooking breakfast while he was fishing. And so I caught, for me, I caught a couple really good sized bluegill, which I have pictures of. So again, they were few and far in between, so we didn't end up keeping anything. But next trip, we should be able to keep. That should be more consistent. So yeah, that was the fishing. Nighttime's got a little cool. The last night, going into the morning, I ended up putting the heater on. Because it was like 52 degrees and you get a good draft inside the back of the truck. So I ended up putting the heater on and got me nice and toasty and cozy back there. So, but other than that, the meals themselves, the meals that I pre-cooked and put in the Ziploc bags, or the hefty bags, they were hefty I believe, that worked out wonderful. That worked out so good that we're going to do it again on our next camping trip. And we've already kind of talked about what we're going to take for food on the next camping trip. And we're going to take, I'm going to make some spaghetti with ground beef in it and put it in another hefty Ziploc or a hefty zip bag or whatever you want to call them. And also, I think I'm going to get a roast and make some shredded beef for like shredded beef burritos. And we can just heat them up that same exact way. It worked out perfect. So yeah. So the food situation worked out good. We had breakfast a couple times. We ate our, pre-cooked meals. The cheesecake, the no-bake cheesecake that I took, we ate. I put it actually, yeah, I showed you. I put it in the 8x8 pan because it had a lid on it. We came back with only one small piece, so we ate that. We ate all the eggs that we took. So yeah, we ate a lot more this time than we ate the first trip. So that worked out well. We did go eat at a restaurant in town. We always kind of made it, it's kind of like a tradition where every time you're in the town, you go to this place to eat. And we did go eat breakfast there, and we had a lunch, I think, but we actually split a lunch. We ordered a hamburger, it comes with fries, and we split it because it was a good size, so we didn't want to pay for two of them. So yeah, we did, and then we did order a slice of pie for each of us there. Glenn had a lemon meringue, I had a pumpkin. But we decided, next time we can definitely make our own, because it's not cheap. So we can definitely make our own pies. And obviously the food is expensive, so it's not worth spending any more money there. So yeah, other than that, we took a ride on the back road just for a short while because we had to come back. We forgot Glenn's lemon meringue pie was in the truck, and we wanted to get it in the refrigerator before it all just kind of broke down. So, and let me tell you about our canopy. Our canopy, so we had the canopy up, and the truck was parked on the side, and over there we get all of a sudden just sudden windstorms. Suddenly. The one night I talked about that I was afraid I was going to have to get out and chase down the canopy. It didn't blow away. But the next night, I have to turn that up a little bit. The next night we were playing, we played rummy at night to pass the time. We would just go in the trailer and close it up and play rummy. So the next night we were playing rummy, then all of a sudden we're all, man, was that a small tornado or what? All of a sudden we heard this huge gust of wind just came ripping through. And I went outside because I heard stuff falling. And I went outside and our canopy was no longer in the spot it was. So, yeah, so our canopy blew away. And I went out to look for it. You know, I put on a headlight because it was dark. And I'm looking around for our canopy. I'm like, where the hell did that thing go? Oh, I looked to the truck, and I kid you not, you would never believe it. I didn't take a picture of it and how it looked, but I kid you not, that canopy somehow jumped over the truck on one side and landed perfectly over covering the truck, as if it was a carport and the truck was parked underneath it. I kid you not, it landed that way from the gust of wind. I couldn't believe it. There was no way. No way. Well, how the hell does that happen? So I had to go out there, and I didn't want to take the sandbags off the legs because that was the weight holding it, because it was still windy and I didn't want it to blow away while I was trying to scoot it out from the truck so I could break it down. So I had to go through each corner of the canopy and inch it all the way till it was no longer covering the truck so I could break it down. Unbelievable. So yeah, that was pretty exciting. And then earlier, before we went in the trailer, is when I heated up the Ziploc meals, and I went in the trailer with the food, and I just left the pot of water on the stove. And usually I clean it up before I go in, because I just don't like the stove sitting out there open with the, you know, pots and pans. So, but I left it out there this time, and this is when the gust of wind happened. Of course, knocked over, just blew the table over with the stove on it, with the pot of water on it. And the pot, let me show you. I'm going to take it out so you can see. So this is what the pot looks like now. You can see it got pretty dented there, right here on this corner. So it's a little bit warped now. That's our pot now. But yeah, that blew, the stove blew over, and so yeah, it was quite the mess that night. But yeah, all turned out well. I got everything picked up, cleaned up, put the stove back together the next morning, tested it out, of course, and it still worked, thank God. But yeah, it just gets so windy there. And so the morning part was exciting for me, looking out my beautiful back window view. One morning, I got a bald eagle coming close to the water where we were at, and he must have been picking up stuff out of the water, because he would go back to a certain area and then he'd come back and then he'd go back. So I'm guessing he was grabbing food and stuff like that. There was an egret there. There was a blue heron. So yeah, one morning, you know, I'm waking up to watching the sunrise, watching the bald eagle. It was just amazing. All right, so the meat is done. I drained the grease out, and now I'm going to do, all you got to do is pour ketchup in it. And you just want to judge the amount of ketchup you put in it so it's not so juicy that it's going to be runny out of your bread or your roll or your bun or whatever. And then I'm going to mix it up with the ketchup and let it simmer a little bit. Alright, so I got all the ketchup in there I want to get in there. And what I'm going to do, since I don't have a lid for this, I'm going to just put some tin foil over it, let it simmer a little bit. And while that's simmering, I'm going to slice up some tomato. And you could just put the tomato, you can use anything you want on it, lettuce, tomato, pickle, whatever you want. And just eat it like you would a hamburger, but except the hamburger is going to be chopped up ground beef. So, and this is super simple. We don't make this often, but it's, you know, it's a real simple meal. All right, so I'm going to cover this up, let it simmer. All right, so the ground beef is simmering, and I'm just going to cut up one of these huge tomatoes we got from the farmer. So yeah, that was pretty much our camping trip. We did meet a couple of people, some newer folks. It seems like every year that we go camping, we end up meeting some folks that we talk to and have a good conversation. They were across the way from us, and so yeah, that was pretty nice. We actually were there up until the checkout time of 3 o'clock. Probably would have left a little earlier, but we were talking to the folks, and it was just a nice conversation. So yeah, next week, or this coming up week, the week of the 13th or whatever, we'll be home this week, and that's okay. That gives us a chance to just kind of get some stuff done around the house. I've still got some stuff to do around the house, and Glenn's got some stuff to do outside. He worked all day in the garage. He every summer he goes through a couple times, and he gets the blower and blows out all the dust and dirt from the garage. So he worked on that a good portion of the day, and I just let him do that. So I'm gonna have fun. So yeah, next week will give us a chance to just kind of relax, spend some time with the kitties, and then we go back. We have 3 more trips planned. Fishing should be really good, so catch and cook still coming up. All right, I am ready to serve up these. I don't know what you even call them. Yeah, I don't know. So I have my rolls here, and they got cornmeal on them, and we don't like the cornmeal, so what I do is I take the 2 rolls and just rub them together to get off all that cornmeal that I can. But yeah, just gonna put some Miracle Whip on these rolls, and then throw the ground beef on here, and then throw a tomato on there, and that's a pretty simple meal. So next week, I should be going to a couple of food pantries. There are monthly ones and a weekly one. So I'll have those videos next week. What else? Oh, yeah, I don't know. I'm sure there's other stuff I want to talk about, but I'll save it for another video. But I hope you're all having a great weekend. I appreciate you tuning into this video. I appreciate all your comments and the support I'm getting. We reached 2,000 subscribers. How awesome is that? It's still really, like, when I open up my YouTube studio or my channel, and it says 2K on there, it's really hard to... I can't even believe it says 2K. I can't believe it's 2K. But that's all thanks to you guys. So I really appreciate it. Oh, but yeah, on a future video here, I'll talk about when I'll do a live stream. I do want to get a live stream in. I know a couple of you have asked about that. Yeah. So, all right. So let's move on to this. I'll have some, obviously, more videos this week. So, all right. Let's get the ground beef. All right. So here's the ground beef. Just throw it on there. Oh, I forgot to put Miracle Whip on this side of the roll. I'll have some other stuff to talk about, like our cell phone service again. We're changing that again, so I'll talk about that in another video, and why we're not going to stay with Mint Mobile. All right, so I'm just throwing some Miracle Whip on the other end of the rolls. I'm actually just going to watch a movie. I'm going to watch a movie on Peacock, which is a free movie streaming service. And the movie's called Stay. I've never seen it before. It has Aidan Quinn, if you're familiar with some actors. And it's a drama. I like drama movies. You know, I really used to be big into action movies, but I've not so thrilled with them anymore. I'm really a drama movie person, or like a thriller suspense type movie. But this movie, it's called Stay on Peacock. And I'll do a video also on how we cut our cable out and the streaming services we use to watch movies and whatnot for free. So you don't even have to pay for anything. But anyway, the movie Stay is, looks like it's about a troubled couple. And they might be troubled in their own ways, but they become pregnant and have to decide whether they really want to become parents or not. So I'm gonna take a look at that movie tonight. So yeah. All right, let's finish this up. So I got that. Then I'll just take some of these tomatoes and put them on here, and perfect size for this roll. And that is it. That is chopped hamburger. I don't know what it's called. Give me if you can think of a good name for this meal, just drop it down in the comments. But that is it. Kind of like a hamburger on a roll. There it is. All right, so thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch this video. I appreciate, again, all of your support. I can't tell you how much it means to me. The support I'm getting, the comments, the subscribers, even those who don't subscribe but still continually watch the videos. I can't tell you how much this all means to me. So we'll talk about more on the 2,000 subscribers on another video. But again, thank you so much for watching this video. And with that, remember to live life, be good to yourself, and be good to others. Until next time.